All right. What's going on, world? I should have Facebook now linking and YouTube all controlling. This is basically the first episode. I ain't gonna flash your music right now, but it's a topic I wanted to talk about and get some points out and have a discussion in a way. Now, for those who don't know, mostly through the Facebook, um, I used to know Project by Night as a way to get different types of people to talk about. Now, on this, you will see another person called Andre, and I'm getting more people added on to it, of course. And in this park is as we set up, you go to YouTube as you can see right there on the screen. We have different people. We all don't agree on everything, but you know what? We at least know that there need to be a discussion and talk about certain things, and that's why I came with Project Open Mic. Being that I'm a musician myself and know what an open mic does, not only testing the water, but to get people's reactions and gain different perspectives to talk about. And hopefully, I will get another person to join in. We'll see how that works out. But again, this is just sort of really the first episode, but I know I should have been doing this a long time ago, but a lot of things happen and it's not as easy as I thought it would have been. So, letting you guys know off the top of the bat for anybody who's gonna say certain things and know how it is. So, I'm gonna present you most of the stuff straight up. People say keep it real, or they say I'm pessimistic. It is what it is. I call it as I sees it. I do have opinions. Nobody might you might not agree with them. That's understandable. I get that. But the situation that we're talking about is very delicate and very how should I say it's delicate, but we do not have a good discussion when it comes to these things. There's always shouting, and I'm not gonna say I don't get heated a little bit because of what's going on, because I do feel sad for what's going on in certain things, but it's nothing I could control onto that. So I'm just gonna bring up. Y'all should be able to see this ugly mug of mine, but like I said, I'm basically it's like I said, set this up to be a conversation piece between many things. Now, 2020 has been a rough year for a lot of people, me included, and a lot of people out there. Not only for losing their jobs and work with this virus, what's going on now with the unrest in America. It is rough to see what happened to a man who got killed. So first, I want to say R.I.P. to George Floyd, and God bless his family for doing how they doing the best they can. I was looking for a clip about his brother who was saying he should not do this. He should protest peacefully, and that is protected into the First Amendment. Peaceably assemble. Now, a lot of people have got a lot of stuff confused, and the best way I could say it is not only confused, but the reason I call this Control Chaos this episode because there are a lot of things that are contributing to this unseen and unneeded violence. Not only are you destroying properties, you're destroying people's lives, but most of the people are doing this because they're virtue signaling, because organizations are using this to get money, which is despicable. And in all this ruckus, we forgot why we're doing this in the first place. So I show mad respect to the people out there who are protesting peacefully. I respect you. I back you 100%. I wish no harm to know you from the cops or anything, or from other people who want to instigate things. Then we have, I want to say this, which is the cops. I hope is a very difficult job you guys have, and I hope you guys are safe as well. Because people are thinking all cops are bad. My thing is this. You're gonna hear me say this on Project Open Mic all the time. Evil comes in all shape, sizes, race, creed, color, height, sex, ethnicity, creed. I mean, I think I said creed already, but evil just evil. Evil just evil. And a person, I shout outs to the person. I'm not gonna call the name because it's unfair. But I do remember a part when she was trying to tell me, but I must stand up for my people. And I'm gonna tell anybody out there, my people doesn't mean because they're the same color as me. That don't mean nothing to me. My people are good people. I don't care what color you are. I don't care what race you are. If you're good, you don't harm nobody. You don't steal from nobody. You don't cheat nobody bad or treat anybody horribly. I don't care what race you are, because I've seen good black people and bad black people. I've seen good white people and bad white people. I've seen good Asians, Hispanics, Latinos. It made no difference because we're individuals. And that's why I don't want this to be clouded because one cop, and it's not one, I get it, one cop and all the cops are bad. They're not all bad and they're not all good. The action should be to that one cop and the three other cops who looked over and did not do nothing. There's a culture in a lot of precincts, and it should be dealt with. But a lot of people get things. How can I say this? They get things set up in the most messed up ways. Because looking at how a lot of violence has come out of this, now there are more people who are dying, more people who have lost their livelihood, and it's sad. That's what's happening right now. But what is can we say? So in this regard, I just want to get into most of the stuff and just say straightforward and just keep it going. I apologize for some of the movements. It's just I'm getting used to everything I can. so I can understand the craziness of this situation. The video and audio is out of sync. Yes, I am trying my best. I don't know why it's doing it. I got people from Facebook. Shout out to y'all. I have people from YouTube. Shout out to y'all. And people from Tempo FM. Like I said, this is gonna be a rough setup, but I want to get my point across. I'm not gonna get, you know, misinterrupted by what's going on. So everybody's seen the video, all right? Everybody's seen the video. We see what happened. We have different what would you call, let's just put it this way. It's like we have different calls for what's going on. Now, Pew, Money Quinnipiac, many people's polls have polled, and 96% of America believe what that cop did was wrong, was unjust, and he should be arrested, which he is, and charged, which he has, and the other three have been arrested and charged as well. So that part right there that everybody have seen, and it's not good, and that cop should have be responsible for what he has did. Now, I do not believe that it was a racist act. I believe that he was just a bad cop that did something stupid, and maybe he has a little pent up energy because a lot of these cops, not all, but when you deal with a lot of people, from people who are drug addicts, murderers, homicidal, suicidal, you get desensitized from certain things. So right now, they have charged him with second-degree murder. Understandable. Now, I hope they do not push for first degree, because you cannot prove intent. That should be the farthest you go. He loses pension, he goes to jail. That's what we should push for him to be responsible. But do not try to go first, because that's how George Zimmerman got freed. We know that he killed Trayvon, but we know that he killed Trayvon, but nobody saw the initial goings on. Everybody thinks it, but that nobody saw what happened. The initial hit. Did Zimmerman swing first, or hit Trayvon, or Trayvon did the same thing? Nobody knows. The only person who knows are Zimmerman and Trayvon. That's it. Trayvon's not with us, so and we can't really take full of what Zimmerman said, but that's what's going on. So, and they could have gotten it for a third degree, But that didn't happen. It went to first degree, and without seeing the initial aggression, he got freed because you cannot prove the intent. So with this, I hope the same thing as well. Keep it to where it is. And don't overplay your hand. We have video. We see the evidence. A lot of people are very mad that this happened. And it's understandable. I get it. And that's what we should talk about. But we should not let this cloud a lot of people's judgment. And that's why I do understand that people out there are angry. They're mad to see this happen. It is a very vile scene. But we should not let this control the whole narrative. Shouldn't. So, the next thing that a lot of people are getting confused with, which is a kind of messed up thing, is they're not just only peaceful rioters out there. They're not. There are 3 different groups that are making this worse than it needs to be. We have the peaceful demonstrators. And again, most people and all of us are behind them and respect them. And again, but we can't let that be the only thing to cloud our mind, because again, you have peaceful people, but then you have people like the anarchists who just want to cause trouble, and they abduct this peaceful protest and cause trouble in all situations. And it's sad to see what happened, because these anarchists just want to see things burn down or go awry, because they just want to see the world burn down. You have those. Then you have the looters, people who buy things. I mean, sorry, no, who come by and see the carnage and create their own carnage. I mean, they create their own carnage. I apologize for some of the mic thing. It's kind of messed up to hear the stuff in my head like that right now. But there are people out there just destroying stores, going in there, robbing, taking stuff that don't belong with them, destroying property. People who work hard, people who work at these places now gotta come back and clean up, or they're gonna pull out. And we have, I have articles that we could go about that. So, one, two. Like I said, I saw about that. We have videos to show about this. And then you have the control people, which is, that's what I'm talking about. there have been videos of people dropping off pallets of bricks, and there's been videos of people giving other people and black people weapons and the bricks to break and cause chaos. That's not good. That's horrible. And that's what's flaming the fuse right now. There are videos of men in black clad in like arterial gear going through the riot, taking a hammer, breaking stores. People are like, what's going on? And they walk back. That's somebody who's controlling something. You got people who got, like I said, trucks and dropping off pallets on the street. And you got people literally like going up to the pallets, taking them and giving it to people so they could use. That's not good. And last but not least, you have thieves. You have thieves. You got you guys who will back up to a Target or a pawn shop or Best Buy, because there's a video about that too. You Google all this stuff, but who got big U-Haul trucks, back up to the store and just take stuff out of the store. Those are thieves. They're not they're not rioters. They're not protesters. They're people who are just taking the opportunity and steal. There are people who stolen people's car and run through the malls and destroy so people can go in there to steal stuff. This is not good. This is really bad. But what can we say? We have too many people now also who are black and dying. Now, I'll say this up front. Not all people or all groups have bad people, but there are groups that have so much bad people that they eclipse over the few good. And that might be the situation with some cop precincts in America. And we'll see how that work out. But that's something we got to look into. But the thing that bothers me the most, is this. All these four groups has come together and right now have done a lot of crazy things to the situation. There are people who are to the situation, and it's just like I said. Let me say this up as I say right now. I am not, by saying all this stuff I just stated just a second ago. I'm not for Black Lives Matter. I'm not. I'm not gonna tell anybody different. You do what you have to do. I don't like how they do stuff. By all needs necessary. I'm not down with those people. I never will, because those people have done horrible things to people. I'm not down with Antifa because I like how people, for some reason, the news media got them as they're anti-fascists. No, they're not. They literally are the fascists. and they're trying to repeat what happened. Like on the news was like, oh yeah, they're repeating what happened with Antifas with the black shirts back in Mussolini and Hitler. They didn't stop this, and technically speaking, they helped Hitler get into what it was. But people don't. It's weird how people don't see that. Now, the reason I'm not down for Black Lives Matter because of, and when people argue with them and say, but oh, all lives matter. Okay. All right. I'll say this now before I say anything else. There's two things. All lives matter or no lives matter. Okay? By saying all lives matter, it means black, white, whatever, but people get offended by that for some stupid reason, including white liberals who like white leftists. I gotta go with Dennis Sprague, as he said, white leftists who say who does horrible stuff to black people without them knowing. The people say, oh, there's white supremacy. Yeah, there are. There's white supremacy on the right. There's white supremacy on the left. The ones on the right, in most cases that I've seen, is they want their nation and whatever. People say all this stuff about them. Yeah, but at least I know from them that they don't like me because I'm black. How about you let me know that so I don't even mess with you? Hey, you don't like me because I'm black? Cool, great. All right, you know what? I know what to do. I know where to stay. I know what to keep it going. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm cool with that. Now, the ones on the left are the ones who pretend to be your friend and stick it in your back. And I don't trust those suckers for no reason at all. I don't. They're the ones who pretend and say all the stuff nice because they want a virtue signal. They don't give a rat's butt about you. And those are the ones I don't like at all. Because they're the ones who think that black people are stupid. I did a video on, go to Project Open Mic on YouTube and you see a video where I showed about people, these white leftists. They ask a question about voter ID, and they just think that we are morons, that black people are so stupid we can't get an ID. They look at us like a little bit like we're fat rich eggs or babies that we don't know how to get an ID, which is so insulting. And I don't know how to let people that video, like I said, when you see that, and again, it's not even that, they do it right in front of people's faces. They don't care. They pretend. And that is a group I hope, because of the COVID and what's going on right now, I hope people bring down celebrities, because they don't work jack squat as well too. I'm not down with them, because they say the most stupid and ridiculous things out there right now that's not helping the conversation. They're not having a conversation at all. They just virtually singing and doing stuff. Okay? I don't like that either. But for some reason, they get away with certain things. I don't know why. That is something that I gotta figure out. Because it just makes no sense how some of these people get away with the things they do. And they don't care who they hurt. In most cases, they pretend it, and they don't care who they hurt. Let me see if I can put up one right here so you can see what I'm talking about. Shout out to Tim Pool using one of his videos. But this is a man. Listen to this man's story, and I'll tell you the more full story of it, though.
This decision may be something good. It won't make up for all the damage and destruction that's ravaging Minneapolis and other cities. But there's some good stuff here. A man who had his business destroyed by rioters may be seeing a recovery. First, let me play this video.
Today, we found Corboy Bala, who invested his life savings into opening this sports bar, cleaning up. While our camera was there, looters came back to try to steal his safe.
Right, trying to steal the safe.
I don't know what we're gonna do. We worked so hard to get here.
Okay, there's one. There's a black man who worked hard to get a business and maybe help other people, hire black people or different kind of race or something like that. And when he started a business, work hard. You saw that right there. What happened? You know what else happened? He cleaned up, him and his family cleaned up all that stuff, right? They cleaned up all that stuff. He's a firefighter. Then come to find out, they had to call him again and say, hey, the building that your bar was in is burned down now. A double hit. Why? Why was that? Where was that needed? No, this guy lost money. And I got to explain this because people always talk about, oh my goodness, people talk about, oh, well, you have insurance. The people who say that don't even understand how the thing works. If they have insurance, if you have a house and you get your house burned down, you're going to have to live someplace else before they build the house. They're going to take months to build it back up. Sometimes they don't even cover the stuff that's inside the restaurant or shop or clothing store or electronic shop. They don't cover all that. That's that. And two, the Business Bureau statistics. 45% of black owners have insurance. That means 65% of black owners don't. 55% of white owners have insurance. I mean, 45% of white small business don't. Not the big corporations now. The small ones is what I'm talking about. Business own, whatever. So, because people don't understand how to run a business. You might not make a profit in the first two. Well, you ain't gonna make the profit in the first year, unless you have something that's out of the park. But you ain't gonna make some out of the profit for the first 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 years. You're not gonna make profit. You might make enough money just to keep buying product, keep getting stuff, so you will get your name out there, your brand out there, all kind of stuff like that. That's what you might get. But that's what's going on. So when people say, oh, well, they have insurance, well, I just gave you the numbers. Not all of them have insurance, and insurance don't cover every single thing. So let's not do the whole pretending of all that nonsense. But for him to get hit with a double whammy like that, that was just messed up. And he's serving the community. And there are people out there who are hitting, ramming, and destroying fire trucks so they don't have to put out the fires. That's how, again, this is just bad all around. These are not protesters. These are rioters. These are thieves. These are hooligans. These are anarchists. These are not protesters. You got to separate them. And for the protesters out there, you have to separate yourself from this nonsense. You have to. You can't just let that be thing. And then you got, I do not like Al Sharpton. That guy is just a horrible human being as well, too. For him to, I mean, he'll have a happy place in hell. That's for sure. Because for him to go say, to say his, oh my goodness, guy is just a despicable person. For him to go and say we should go down and find out who businesses are they and burn down those kind of business and not black owned business is stupid. and is bad and is despicable for what he said. I'm not an Al Sharpton fan because he has done horrible stuff. Hey, when he's dead wrong, do he apologize? No, he don't. He do not. So let's take the reason I'm saying that what Al Sharpton said to burn down business if it's a white man's business, whatever. Okay, let's hear from a person who said that. Al, here's a person a white man's business, and here was a person who's a corner have to say about it.
Problem that bothers me, you says Black Lives Matter. I've worked here part-time. Plus, I'm a part owner of this store. You said Black Lives Matter. Why don't you choke me? I'm black.
Tell him, sister.
Look what you did to my store.
Tell him, sister.
Look what you did to my store.
Tell him, sister. That's right, because I got their back. These are my dudes right here.
Look
Good
at the
men.
things you've done.
Good men.
Look.
The Black Lives Matter.
We've been here all night cleaning up. All night cleaning.
And you got black people
Now,
standing right here with them. Black
Tell
people.
me
That's right.
Black Lives Matter.
Exactly.
You lied. You wanted to loot the store. You needed money. Get a job like I do. Stop stealing. This is the neighborhood. We're trying to build it up, and you tearing it down.
I'm noticing that is most.
And that is the truth right there. Al Sharpton. There are white people who open up businesses to help Hispanics, black minorities, what you want to call it. So if a white man or a white woman, like she opened up a barbershop, or should I say a salon, and she let other black women come to do hairstyle and stuff, burn out her business? Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Or a guy, which I know a couple of white guys who do. Heck, I even remember a white man who helped build up a shopping center on St. Thomas, where a second board, basically, on St. Thomas. And for those who are in the Virgin Islands, remember there used to be right across from Pueblo, by the gas station, they used to have like a center where people could go and set up shop and sell their goods. My mom was one of them. And then the other, it was her, a couple other black people, but also a couple of Santo Domingans and them. Funny enough, you know why he shut it down? Because the Santo Domingans them did not pay their rent. So he couldn't keep up the payment on the mortgage on the property. But there was a white man who did that, who gave other people opportunity. So when Al Sharpton said what he said, I was like, this is why, and people listen to this fool? This is the person, he doesn't speak for the black people, and I don't speak for black people, I speak for myself. But I hate how white leftists, they always put a mic in his face for you to speak. We're speaking for, no you ain't. No you're not. You are a con man. Heck, you even put that into your daughter, because your daughter sued New York City for a pothole because she said she broke her leg. 1 week later, after the accident, she was in the Himalayas, or yeah, it was in the Himalayas, with a camera saying about, ain't this a beautiful morning. I thought you broke your leg. Oh, we don't count that. Oh my God, that's despicable. It is. And even to the, but you have another problem. You have a problem with this as well. That's why I'm not down with. Look, there are people in BML who are doing good because they're little sectors, but majority of it is not. A lot of people like to share this guy called Sean King. Black people, I gotta ask a question. Are you that easy, or should I say Black Americans, are you that easy to be infiltrated? Because that's what happened to this movement. People infiltrated, turn a peaceful thing that needs to be addressed into something that makes us look bad. Sean King is a white man pretending to be black. And he has got more people in trouble than anybody talk. But because he just like Rachel Dolezal, who kind of tan their skin and pretend they're and you let these fools say the most craziest thing. This guy helped perpetuate the guy when he was up in Washington. Say about, oh, let's get the illegals out and push to do crazy stuff. And what happened is a crazy guy listened to him saying that we're gonna free the people by firing dynamite and made up bombs at the place where the people they're supposed to be held. Or he said, like, I was doing this against the cops, but there were innocent people in the building. The same people you said that you should free. But nobody gonna call Sean King on that. No. I don't. People say you shouldn't. I don't trust that dude. That dude is not a black man. I don't know what people try to say he's black man. And he's a white boy pretending to be black. I also want to talk about this, what I'm going to say. And I'm going to preface this because I don't want people to take it out of context. Because I got a next video I'm going to show, and I want to make sure you understand where I'm coming from. So, like I said, Black Lives Matter, just like with the feminists who say about female stuff, but they never go to other countries where females are brutalized, beaten, raped. They say, oh, in America. Let's get this straight. Is America a racist country compared to what? The world? A cop put his knee in the back of a black man and he died. Try that in Russia. Try that in China. Try that in most places in Africa. Some places in, not even that some, a lot of places in South America. So, like I said, let me preface this. I have no ill will, and I understand what she was doing to say what I'm going to say. And when people say the Black Lives Matter, and people get all upset into it and say this stuff, To me, it just in my head because technically speaking, those people don't care. And I give more examples. But the reason I say that because of this. When President Obama was president, Michelle Obama did a hashtag when the Sabbats was doing taking girls from villages, raping them, and selling them as sex slaves. Horrible, bad things. Hashtag save our girls. That's what she did. And I have no problem getting it. Acknowledge it, show it. And people got all on Twitter and Facebook and hashtag and cheered along. Hashtag save our girls. Bring our girls back home. That was another one. I have two problems with that. And this is not towards Mrs. Obama. This is just in general. There were boys who was also kidnapped and was being raped. Nobody talked about the boys. What about the boys who got raped? And hashtag starter. She brought up a cause that we need to talk about. She's married to the most powerful person in the world, which was her husband. Problem is, nothing happened. That same group is still robbing, kidnapping girls, kidnapping boys, and raping them. In the world we live in right now, a lot of people are just virtual single. Virtual single, for people who don't know, and I think they do, is they say all this stuff on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all this stuff, but they don't really mean it. They don't. They just say it, just to say, hey, look how virtuous I am. But do you do the damn thing? No. Because hear from a person who same thing too. Because they just it's best just to show and done.
Go to Southeast. East and Northeast, tell them Black Lives Matter. If it matters, it should matter everywhere. You guys are hypocrites. Attention seekers. Shut up.
Hey, you saying? Attention seekers. And you got a black person who's supposed to have on the mask, but got it down, telling her to shut up. You can't write this stuff. You really can't. Then you have as I was stating,
let's see.
As the lady said, she called it out correctly. It is attention seekers. That's what they are. That's what they do. Let's look at this video right here. Let me play this one for you. These are so-called influencers, which is, oh, I hate that thing. Influencers who got on, who basically take pictures. They're in their yoga pants and looking all, ladies looking all sexy and whatever. And they're basically in their yoga pants taking pictures in front of it to say that, oh, I was here and I was doing stuff and whatever, just being part of it. And her simp of a boyfriend taking a picture of this nonsense, which is crazy. Boy, men has fallen so far.
Friend, take a picture of her in front of a smash T-Mobile.
Take a picture and just walk off.
Oh my God. This girl is making her...
You have that. That's the craziness you have right now. Attention seeker. Just taking a picture with their Starbucks cup in their hand. Oh, such a precious person. Look what they've done to our neighborhood. Oh, shut up. Again, these are the white people I'm talking about. The white leftists don't like them. Why? Because they pretend. They pretend to care. They don't care. They want to look like they do something and they don't do nothing. The intention seekers. This right here was a girl, a different girl, took the drill out of the Mexican man's hand when he's boring up to protect the store, just so they could get the picture. If I was him, I would say, what the hell, the Bendea? Basically, that's what he was saying. Taking a picture so just to make them feel like they're doing something. And she's like, oh, thank you, whatever. I was like, are you kidding me? Take the mask down, give the man back the drill, walk off, and look what they're driving. A Mercedes-Benz. Funny how that works out. Got in there, got the Mercedes-Benz, and just drove off. They don't care. These are the same people who vote along with other people and make y'all feel, oh, this is great and grandeur. No, it doesn't. They don't care. They do not care. They don't. What else can I say? They pretend. Those kind of people like that, I don't like. Why? Because don't make me, again, don't insult my intelligence, man. And again, the men who doing this, y'all ain't men. Y'all just simps. Y'all just weak people. And it's sad too, a lot of men have not become men no more. They become weaklings. Nowadays, nonsense and craziness right there. That's my assumption. Are you smoking something, dude? Yep. You might be something. That's not my assumption. That is what happened. Okay, whatever. As the old saying go, you can't keep people, you cannot, how I should put this? People see craziness and just let it be what it is. All right. Then you have the news media who do their certain things, which I am not against as well, too. I'm not against. I am against. I'm sorry. I am against. This is craziness right here. So not only did you have CNN, which I don't trust them as far as authority bastards. They say a lot of horrible stuff and don't make sense. TDS, if you don't know what that is, too bad. But TDS is very strong with a lot of people. They think that people with TDS, I feel for you because that y'all need to get help with that disease. You really do. But you have also, but I mean, like I said, there are cops in places who are trying to do the one who was walking when it was chanting "Walk with us." That's all cool. We had stuff in my state of North Carolina where cops was walking with the protesters in the day and stuff. Good. There are people who are trying to quell down some of this stuff because we don't need no more business destroyed. It's bad enough, like I said, you had this virus and the government shut you down, which I'm not a fan of. And I don't. The government shut you down. Then then this came around, and then you got the hypocrisy that's killing me because a lot of people is talking about, oh well, let's get something straight, because I know people don't listen. Like I said, they listen to one type of news, and they don't look at many different news, because I do, and that's how I do things. But I know a lot of people don't. That's the everybody wants to be in their camp and just can't do differently. That's why I created Project Open Mic. If you don't think you agree with me, there's another person named Andre who has his take on the riots. Listen to him. You might agree with him. We're two different people. We have two different views. But you know what? We all agree. Nonsense is nonsense. Evil is evil. That's what we agree on. Because there are people out there, look, need to understand how things are working. Because when I see Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi saying, but and AOC, oh my goodness, talk about, the president has sent out guards against his citizens or whatever. Okay. And how he's helping. As I said, I don't like these celebrities because these celebrities are getting purchasing for no reason. I don't like that you are putting bail money, getting into a corporation you don't know, and bailing out people. We had a government releasing criminals, and funnily enough, a lot of the criminals they rearrest are people they release because of the COVID. How funny is that? So you release people who are rapists, people who are murderers, and you let them out. And they're burgling and doing horrible stuff. You catch them and, oh, wait, did we have you 2 weeks ago? Did we have you a month ago? Oh, wow. Funny how that works out. Isn't it convenient that the people that release are causing the crimes? Causing crimes. It's crazy. It is crazy. And like I said, the media just fans the flame. They just do. And like I said, people are taking advantage of all the stuff they have. I just have another example right here. Is a still of another thing. This is a still of this lady saying Black Lives Matter, fists up, but she's stealing stuff afterwards. Oh yeah, yeah. Black Lives Matter. Let me steal some shit. Sorry for the cursing. I really don't try to curse as much as this. So yeah, like that. That's great. Let's steal some stuff. And this is why I said, like I said, Blasio. Oh my goodness! It just, you know what? This is. Let me just go through it and just show you. Okay, it's just ridiculous. This is MSNBC. And listen to what the person is saying. And this is one of their main broadcasters too. So that's why I gotta laugh at this stuff. MSNBC. Let's hear what they gotta say, shall we?
clear in how I characterize this. This is mostly a protest. It is not generally speaking unruly, but fires have been started, and
please disperse. Nothing to see here, please.
Yeah. Did he said fires have been started? Is unruly while a whole building is burning behind him. You gotta be kidding me. What the hell is this? It's nonsense. And you got people bailing these crooks out. A peaceful protest? Okay. But without you down there and find out what's going on, these people are taking money out of people's hands. And again, these are the same people who say what they gotta say. And people just go with them. Here's another one. Burn the S down. Burn it all down. They just attacked our sister community down the street. It's a gated community, and they try to climb the gates. They had to beat them back, then destroy a Starbucks, and now they're at my front of my building. Get these animals the F out of my neighborhood. Go back to where you live. Go back to where you live. These are the leftists that people like to look at. So chair, but don't bring that mess to my neighborhood. How dare you, sir? You gotta be kidding me. How dare you, sir? And then let's get down with this. Okay? You also have cops that were killed, that were black. Nobody talked about that. Of course not. That don't fit the narrative. It doesn't. That's what people want. David Dorn, RIP to you and your family. That was despicable that you got killed like that. Dan Pedwood, that's despicable what happened to you. Richard Woodson, that's also bad that you got killed like this. Well, listen closely, Mr. Keith Nolan, because I am not a Republican. I'm a Libertarian. Well, just because, and if a Republican does this, what is it wrong? People like what you're saying is why I made Project Open Mic, because of that nonsense. That's the thing that kills me. I say leftists because they're liberals that I do like. Leftists are the extreme. The right wing is the right wing. They're the extreme. They're the extreme ends. That's what I'm talking about. They're people in the middle, like I am. But I called out nonsense when it's nonsense need to be called out, sir. That's what I do. All these people vote a certain way. So then vote a certain way. I'm independent, so you can be critical of Democrats as well. Well, left doesn't mean it left. Look, well, if you're saying that, but that's what I'm saying. It's left. I said right when I said left. Hell, I got things about the Republicans that they do that I don't like. I give this. Here's one right here that I don't get this, and I hate what they're using this. Yes, George Floyd was a criminal. He did horrible things in the past. But here's the thing: two things can be wrong at the same time. I mean, right at the same time. Sorry, he could be a criminal. He still did not deserve to die like that. I don't care if he had raped 50 women. That is wrong. What the cop did. That's where the conservatives or Republicans have a problem with that. Oh, they also, well, he was a criminal. Yes, I don't like that criminals do this too, but he should have never got that. That was not needed. That was not needed. He should have never had, the guy should have never had his knee on his neck at all. But I could tell you right now, there's a lot of people who are left and right, who are in the middle, not to the crazy ring, who are upset that their stores get burned down, that their houses get torched. In New York, a lot of people live above their houses. So when they set the fire of the bodegas and all the stuff up there, like the Antifa people was going and beating up an 80-year-old woman because she and her husband because they were protecting his store. Not because of the store, it's because they live upstairs and you set it on fire, the fire goes up. I don't like that nonsense. People should not lose their lives like that. There were cops who got shot point blank back in the head. Crazy. That should never happen either.
Because people inherent because people.
Let me play another thing showing that this is getting out of hand. The whole point of this is we are getting out of hand with these stuff. That's the problem. We're getting out of hand with this. Now, I have the person I addressed was on Facebook. There are other people that on Tempo. Guys, it's not nice to say those stuff about a person I call out. We don't need that. That's my whole point. We don't need that. We need it to be a conversation and talk. I call left when people go leftist. That's why I said. I know liberals. One thing you'll never hear me say on this channel is who to vote for. I can tell you what to vote for whenever election time come around. And you saw that just a while ago. But I will never tell you who to vote for. Person could change. You go do yourself. I didn't vote for Hillary or Donald Trump. I voted Libertarian Party when it came last election we had. So that I am not going to say I'm center. No, if you want to know how my feeling is, as I've told many people, I'm a human. You could go into my profile, well, on Facebook and say I'm human. When it comes to my money, my family, I'm conservative. When it comes to you doing what you want to do in your own time, I'm liberal. Do what the heck you want to do. I don't give a butt. You want to stick a carrot up your butt in your house? Go right ahead. As long as you ain't hurting or killing nobody, I don't care. I do not care. Seeing that is not something to say. Okay. Right now, that's a reason why I do not have the comment section on all things seeing each other, because I don't want this to be degrading to something bad. Look, he said what he said. He has the opinion to say what he got to say. Lead the guy. You guys don't. That's why I have the Tempo, YouTube, and Facebook separated. Hopefully, I'll get library and other stuff and BitChute as well too. But I have them separated because look, a lot of people are angry right now, and a lot of stuff that's going on is not happening. But again, these cops should not. But we came into the next level, and that's why I want to play this part right here.
They view the police force as inherently racist and evil that can never be reformed, and they're willing to get what they want by any means necessary. And then you end up with cops who are at work and don't want to bother with with dealing with these things, and they take extreme actions, which results in more conflict. The FBI is getting involved with this story, FBI joins investigation into ambush on cop in Brooklyn. They say the FBI has joined the investigation. He was ambushed with a knife. The officer was on an anti-looting patrol Wednesday in Flatbush when a man walked up behind him, stabbed him in the neck. Police said setting off a struggle in which the assailant was shot and 2 other officers suffered gunshot injuries to their hands. The FBI is looking into a possible terror connection to the ambush, according to police. Sources who have seen the video of the stabbing told Fox News it was utterly chilling. Why does this happen? I lived on a street. It was near Myrtle and Nostrand in Brooklyn. And if you look up, I think it was Tompkins and Nostrand, I believe was the name of the street. A black identity extremist walked up to a squad car with an Asian and a Latino officer. He posted something on Facebook saying, you take one of ours, we take 2 of yours. And he executed these cops. I lived on that street. It happened only 100 or so, hundreds of feet from my building. They locked my street down and told me I couldn't go outside. It happened just on the other side. Helicopters over my house. These 2 cops didn't do anything to this guy. They didn't know him and they weren't even white. It doesn't matter.
And that is an explanation that I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about right there. People are getting hurt. These people have families? They have families too. Now, more videos to show. I'm going to show this last one because this is what I'm saying. Like I said, Danny Parkwood, Richardson, David Dorn, these cops right here, they didn't need this. They have families. They shouldn't die too. So rest in peace for them as well too. And then there was a cop in Seattle who shot who shot a gas canister basically almost point blank into a protester. He should go to jail. You don't do that. You don't shoot a canister point blank, someone canister point blank at somebody's face, man. That's crazy. And I have my situations with the cops as well too. But here's the thing though, one thing that we're not learning right now, a lot of sad to say, a lot of black kids don't have their fathers, 1, 2, and then they don't teach them how to interact with the cops. It's sad. People look like, oh, I should not teach my son or my kids how to interact with cops. You should. You should. It's stupid to not say that. My mom did. Not because of that, it's because when a situation happened, I didn't do nothing stupid. And I'll explain the situation in the next video. I've said it before on this channel before. If you're on YouTube, like I said, if you're on Facebook or Tempo FM, basically Tempo FM backs up some of my the stuff. So you got it. You guys got it. YouTube backs up. Facebook is something new that I'm doing. But I've talked about this. And the only reason I'm here because I didn't do nothing stupid. I had a gun pointed point blank at my head. Point blank. And I'm here because I wasn't doing stupid stuff. And I'm here. There were 4 cops in Atlanta that also lost their job and are charged because they got a little radical and wild. They should. But at this point now where it's getting crazy and overzealous, we're having a problem. Those guys in Sweden, you guys know what? Remember when I did a video in Sweden? The people remember that one. You guys could, put it up for the Temple crowd. You guys remember when I was talking about that? When you had the refugees inside of Sweden and you had kids, hundreds of kids, destroying cars. They burned, I think they burned 110 cars. People's cars. They destroyed it. They destroyed the cars. And the politicians said, well, we know who they are. We're going to go to the parents' house and just tell them, don't do this. Are you kidding me? You know who the criminals are and you ain't going to punish them? What are you going to think they're going to do? They're going to keep on doing it. There's no consequences. This is on the cop side and on the right side and everybody's side. We have to have consequences for evil. That's what we need to do. This part is needed. Hell, there was one where it was like a peaceful protest. It was cops, and like I was saying, it was a peaceful protest. It was cops and protesters in the street being nice. I have the video. I'll see. Let me see. A peaceful protest. The cops was there, and the protesters was there. And you know what happened? Somebody who maybe didn't like nothing run over a cop, and almost run over peaceful people too. What was that person thinking? Peaceful, everyone is scattering. This cop right here got run over by SUV. Just running through there. There are cops and people. See, they were there. Nobody's fighting, nothing, but that created chaos and ran over a cop. Yeah, and then if you do that, you don't think the cops here are gonna go and start shooting out windows and that person get killed. They're gonna, oh, he just should have never shot him. Look what he just did. He could have run over peaceful people too. You don't condemn, people don't condemn something like that? Taking a run over a man's life or innocent people? That's one where they were together and there was nothing happening, and one random person turning into chaos. Not needed. But I want you to hear this last clip. Because people are saying, I am not with Black Lives Matter because, funny enough, most of the people who contribute to them is white people, and one of the more leaders is white. It is chaos. I'm not for them, but we got. Here's the thing: if you're gonna bring the energy, Black Lives Matter, to this will happen, which is needed. That's the point. It's needed. I'm not against it. Then we should also bring that same energy when other Black people get killed, because Black Lives Matter wasn't around for the kid down in Texas. They weren't there. There was a white cop, a white woman shot a black kid in his own apartment. Everybody, you should know that story. She got 5 years. Now again, cool that the people from St. Lucia forgive him and everything. God bless them. They're forgiving people. She should not get no damn 5 years. That chick should get 25 at least. Again, I'm not saying she had intent because I can't prove it, but she went to a man's house and shot him. Also, the other cop, which was a black cop, that killed a black woman because they were doing a house check. Once they found out it was a black cop, they backed out. But they started up. They were like, "Oh man, cop did something horrible. That woman, innocent woman, died." And then it was, "Oh well, it's a black cop. Oh, there's nothing to see here. Move on. That's what I was saying. I find that this is despicable. It's crazy that it takes this much to do this craziness. So let's get it straight. Let's look at some people here again who got killed. Because if y'all say Black Lives Matter, as you said, I have no respect. I have no problem. If you want to keep the energy for everything else, then I would have more credence to give you better chance. But if you're not doing it, then I don't know what to tell you. I'm not down with that nonsense. Yeah, yes, Sean. That was despicable what happened there. Yeah, there you go. That's what I'm saying. That's why you're calling it controlled riots. Controlled chaos. That somebody is taking this. Who was that person who drove that SUV through that? Not needed. It was not needed. Somebody. I hope the cops survived that. But that was not needed. Who did that? Oh, man, it's a horrible person. Very horrible person. Anyway, I don't want to keep you guys that long. So let's just finish off with this clip. Like I said, if Black Lives Matter, look at this horrible thing. And I don't want it to be all horrible all the time. Just is. I got two more clips. One, because I don't want to end with anger. I want to end with jokes. I'm always gonna do that. Try to end with something funny at the end. All right? But because of how things are, it's gonna be a weird way. I'll talk about more celebrities and stuff next time, because I don't think this thing will quiet down anytime soon. Because with Drew Brees, what happened with him, and that's stupid. I have that video, but I'm not gonna say. I'm trying to keep it to a certain degree. So, and because of how YouTube does certain things, I can't. The video got cropped, messed up way. So, I apologize. Take it as what it is. It is a true scene, and they're talking about it. But because it's so small and you won't be able to see it, I'll just have you see my beautiful mug and play the audio in the background.
Tweet. Flint police and the Genesee County Prosecutor's Office say Friday afternoon, 45-year-old Charmel Teague came into the store, Munnerlyn ordering her to put a mask on. Police say Teague began yelling and spitting on him, Munnerlyn telling the cashier not to serve her. Teague leaving but calling her husband, 44-year-old Larry Teague Jr.
The video shows the same vehicle returning approximately 20 minutes later.
Witnesses tell police and surveillance video shows Charmel's husband and 23-year-old son, Raymond Bishop, then ran into the store wearing dark clothing.
One of the black males started yelling at Munnerlyn about disrespecting his wife. The other black male then walks up to Munnerlyn and shoots Munnerlyn.
Munnerlyn shot in the back of the head, later dying. His family says the lovable father of 6 children and 3 stepchildren cared for his family more than anything.
Okay, there you go. A black man who has 6 family and stepchildren got killed because of some crazy chick. Okay, you know, because I have a thing about this. I don't wear the mask unless somebody tell me so, and I do. A friend of mine tell me, you know, hey man, if you go to the store, like if somebody tell me I gotta go in the store and wear a mask, I respect it. If not, I don't go in the store. But for that person to go right in and do that and took somebody's life, not just that you were angry and maybe you could argue it out, that your son came and shoot the man execution style back of his head. What kind of what is that? But where's BML? Nope, nowhere to be found. No. That's why I said I'm not down with Jesse or Al or other stuff. That's what they did is wrong. Nobody should lose their life, no matter what race they are. Nobody should lose their property and the money of what they work hard for by nobody. I don't like the government having this much power, which that was basically I was supposed to talk about the COVID and how they do stuff. That's why I have a problem with New York. I'm happy I don't live in New York. Thank God. There is another story to talk about, and I'll do it next. Like I said, it looked like I have more things to add to the story. Because a lot of people now, because of the stores being ransacked, a lot of stores say we're not going to put stores in these neighborhoods. So there you go. You destroy your neighborhoods, or other people come in and destroy it too. I'm not going to deny there's some places that happen, where outside people come and destroy the crap. Like I said, with the whole the white girls and them, they're like, oh, Black Lives Matter, we here, whatever, and they drive off in a Mercedes Benz and they don't care about you. They destroy the stores, and the store's like, well, that's why I don't want it, whatever. And then people are like, oh, it's septic racism because they don't want to open stores in these neighborhoods. Why? Can you rob them? You destroy and rob them. I wouldn't open a store there. And I know mostly because, and a lot of people do open stores, what they do is, oh man, give me the hookup. Nah, homie. You don't do that to the Asian or the Arabs, but you asking me for the hookup? Nah. Pay like everybody else. But let's end on a funny note. And I'll catch you guys with more video, because like I said, this is going to keep on going, of course.
Sharpton.
And again, just like I showed you, news media don't know what they're talking about, which is funny as hell. Jeez, these guys are funny. I also gonna show you how they really do not. America's news media is weird. Look, I know a lot of black folks or whatever don't like to listen to Fox. That's you. That's your problem. You're missing out on a lot of stuff. I listen to Fox, ABC, all the stuff. I want to make sure I got everything, cover as much bases as I can to read. That's how I do my mental thinking and my thoughts. As the story, as I will tell you anyway. People who are, what do you call it? Basically, my saying is this: there's nothing more I hate than a Republican and a Democrat. I hate both of them. That's why I'm a third party, because we need another party. But again, that's another digression. So I'll go. But like I said, this is to show you how the American journalist is, and we have a little laugh. It's crazy out there. Seriously, it is.
Clear you need some of the stacking cities which race owns a bill.
That was the Al Sharpton one. Let me see if I can find.
In a second. Anthem. Let's just play it.
Of course. Oh, okay, found it. Apologize for that. Okay, so let's go. If you don't listen carefully, you'll miss it. But American journalism at its best.
The Armstrong and Getty Show.
Sounds like from your experience, you see someone actually walking away with a cheesecake there after the Cheesecake Factory was looted. Unclear where they may have gotten that.
Wait a second. Wait a second. I think we need to hear that again. It's short.
Yes.
Pay close attention to the wording here.
Sounds like from your experience, you see someone actually walking away with a cheesecake there after the Cheesecake Factory was looted. Unclear where they may have gotten that.
I think I know where they gotten the cheesecake, ma'am. From the Cheesecake Factory. Holy smokes. This is the world we live in today. Unclear where they get it from. After you stated they looted the Cheesecake Factory. I have never seen a person walk down the street with a full cheesecake. Okay, with a full cheesecake. Nope. The world is something else. Oh my goodness. Of course, Anderson. A full cheesecake. Wow. Hey, it is what it is. Yes, people on the Temple side, I'll just laughing it up right now. Yeah, I didn't level it be. a little levity in this crazy times we're in right now. So with that said, I apologize. I was supposed to have somebody on with me, and like I said, I'm working on some issues. When you see me unplug, whatever, a person told me in the Facebook part it was a lag, and a lag hits my headphones. So I have to set up a way that I could easily cut the lag or mute this out. So that's my fault. And sometimes when you hear me like slurring a little bit, it's because it hits my ear and slows down my speech. I am not drunk. I am not drunk. But like I said, we got to get this back under control. Really do. It's sad. That's what's going on. And we need to have a conversation of, if it's 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 5 o'clock, and there's a curfew, get that off the street. I don't like government telling me what to do. But when things go this crazy, that's why you do this. I support the cops in trying to get this whatever. Do it as best as you can without disrupting people's rights. And a peaceful protest that's doing it the right way, I have respect for you. Everybody else, nah. Nope. Not at all. You're a father to the wolves, and you should not be doing this. I apologize for that. And I apologize to Tesla, like I said, because the mic is acting weird and everything. You're supposed to have you on. I might, like you said, we might do it tomorrow. We might do an extra, maybe a part 2 of this, because I still didn't play all the clips I wanted to play today. So we'll see how that works out. But with that, I want to end it at this. As I said, the evil. Evil comes in all shapes, size, color, ethnicity, race, height, gender, sexuality. It makes no difference. It's evil is evil. And a thing that I always said, people are stupid, individuals smart. So be that smart individual. All right? It's your boy Tig for Project Open Mic. Again, check out the channel on YouTube. And those who are in Europe, Tempo FM, Project Open Mic. YouTube, Project Open Mic. And of course, you could check it out. See past videos where we talk about stuff. We're not going to talk about politics on this channel all the time. We have things where we're talking about divorce. We're talking about men, women, relationships. We're going to have all that kind of different conversation. But because of what's going on now, that's up to the point. Yes, we talked about that. That's what it is. I apologize for anybody else for that. But topic is topics. We talk about it. So we might have a next show tomorrow. And I'll set it up more better then. But with that said, y'all have a good night. Peace out. Enjoy Friday. And for those, if you're getting paid tomorrow, hey, getting paid. And for those who can't work, it's sad. And those who lost their jobs and also lost their jobs, not only because of the COVID, but also lost their jobs because of the people rioting and cleaning and destroying your store. My heart goes out to you. Hope you could fix it. People always say, well, we got two things going on wrong. We have this race war and the pandemic. No, we have 3 things. We have an economic collapse. And trust me, there are other countries out there who happen to want this to happen. So again, people are stupid, individuals smart, be that smart individual. This is your boy Tigger, Project Open Mic.